this is my chair that I sit in 90% of the time that I'm not out and doing stuff. This is where Legacy was born. I got home after an appointment where I was told that I would need some sort of surgery that was probably going to inhibit my voice. And so I came home and I was really angry. And I came and I flopped down on my chair and ended up writing the chorus to Dying Slowly. Now I know some people are going to think that writing the chorus of Dying Slowly was the start of Legacy. That actually wasn't the beginning. Just before my back surgery back in 2011, my parents organised for me a kind of like this big dance party type situation, because one of the side effects of my back surgery would be that I would never dance again. So they did this big dance party just in case I could never dance again. And so I was sitting in this chair and I was humming the chorus of Dying Slowly, and I thought, what is something that I could do in case I can never sing or talk or whatever again? And that was the birth of Legacy. Now, I'm not new to having like big impulsive ideas and dreams. However, this is kind of like the first time I've actually acted upon those dreams. Most of the time I will have these big and crazy ideas and then I'll just do nothing with them. But I found myself actually like looking up all these things, like how many songs do you need to make an EP, local studios, local musicians, general idea of how much everything is going to cost. I started looking at my bank details and seeing if there was anything that I could switch around or whatever, because this was entirely funded by me. I had to take quite a bit out of my savings, but for the first time in my life, I actually did it. I had a crazy idea, and I went with it. Okay, so this is my songwriting book. I was initially writing songs in my diary, but I figured it would probably be better to get a whole book. On this first page, we have a list of songwriters who inspire me. Not sure how well you can see that, but it has Gabby Hanna, Katie Turner, Ed Sheeran, Dodie, Todrick Hall, Justin Paul and Benji Pasek, Grace Vanderwall, Dove Cameron and Charlie Puth. And then on this page it is my track list. I've got the songs written in the order that I wrote them. So we have Dying Slowly, Happy Endings, Fame and Feminism, which was originally called the Untitled Fame Song, Clint's Song and Voiceless. And then down here I have all of my progress, so writing progress, production progress, recorded progress, and the official release date, which is also up here for photography reasons. And then over on this page we have quotes and lyrics. So most of these I managed to use, but some I didn't get to use this time. However, if all goes well with the surgery, I can use some of them in other songs. Then of course we have Dying Slowly. Now the way that I write is I write chorus first and then often the end. So I wrote the chorus and then the whole My Life Is Not My Own section, and then I wrote the verses. Now this page is experiences, so I had already decided what themes I wanted. So I wanted at least one song about my old dreams of being famous, at least one song about my health, at least one song about my dad, and at least one song about what I would probably call my most meaningful relationship. So these are my experiences with each thing. Doctors not knowing what to do, experiences with my dad, so the Maze and Maze, Craft Sundays, the experience with my relationship, and this is experiences with the voiceless, because I couldn't think of anything for fame and feminism. And then these 2 pages are entirely dedicated to happy endings. So again, I wrote the chorus first, and then this whole final bit, and then I filled in the verses when I could think of something. And then again, the cover art, which is a picture of me on the floor surrounded by Polaroid pictures of the person. This next page is Fame and Feminism. This song I rewrote about 5 times, which is why there's all of this. I was really struggling with the spoken bridge. The spoken bridge was originally inspired by Todrick Hall. He has quite a few songs in which he speaks, and I thought that would be a really cool concept for this particular song. What I did not count on was me hating the sound of my own voice. Honestly, that's most of the reason I'm not a huge fan of Fame and Feminism, is because I just don't like the way I speak. On this page we have Clint's song. Now I still wrote this chorus, final verse and chorus first, but I did write this all in like the space of 3 hours. A fun little fact, this is a letter that my father wrote to me before he died. I'm not gonna go too much into it because it's personal. But every line from this song is a line taken directly from this letter, but written from my perspective. And then finally we have Voiceless. Now Voiceless was more of an afterthought. I was originally going to go with 4 songs, but then I thought about it from a concert perspective. Not that I'm probably ever going to do a concert, but I thought a concert with just 4 songs is probably not that exciting. A concert with 6 songs I personally probably wouldn't be able to do. But a concert with 5 songs is just right, so I wrote a 5th song. So when I was looking for people to produce Legacy, I was a little hesitant because I knew exactly how I wanted everything to sound. And I had never worked with producers before, so I didn't know if they liked my input, if they wanted to just do their own thing. I didn't know what I was doing. I did originally try and look for local musicians, but I don't like talking to people in person, and I felt like it would probably be more annoying if I was right there. When I was first looking, I looked at this guy first, and I liked the examples that he had. I felt like they were kind of similar to what I was looking for. However, as you can see, he was quite expensive. So I did not end up going with him. I kept looking, and I ended up going with Rayh. Now, in the end, what made me choose Rayh was not just that he was a lot cheaper than the first person I looked at, but it was also because all of his reviews, bar one, were 5-star reviews. A lot of them said how easy he was to work with, and also the way that he did the producing. All you had to do was send in a video of you singing, or like a voice memo of you singing, and he'd use that to create the whole sound, which I thought was amazing. Yeah, so he had his basic, his standard, and his premium. I went with the premium just because I thought I was going to be annoying, so I thought I'd need like all of the revisions and everything. Turns out I didn't, because he was pretty good at doing exactly what I wanted. Working with Rayh was really good because, like I said, he was not put off by my severe input. And a lot of the songs, he pretty much got exactly what I was wanting straight away. The songs that I was most annoying about were Dying Slowly, because it's my favourite, and I think Voiceless because it was the last one. But Happy Endings he got pretty much straight away. Same with Fame and Feminism. Legacy he had to do a couple times, but that's just because it was the first one and we were still trying to figure out our sound and our working relationship. Basically what I did was I would send him the videos of me singing, and then I tended to send him like examples of songs that had sort of like a similar vibe for what I was going for. I have a whole Spotify playlist that's like inspirations for when I was writing Legacy, and so you can kind of hear little bits from those songs, or like sort of like influences from those songs in my songs without making it like I'm trying to copy someone else's song. He was also really quick when he was doing it. Fiverr gives you like a week, and so say I'd send him an order and it would say I'd be getting it back like August 28th. I'd end up getting it like August 23rd. So that was always super helpful. I unfortunately didn't film any of my reactions to when I first got the songs because due to time difference I'd often get them at like 1 in the morning, and I have zero self-control, so I'd listen to them like right then and there without like setting up a camera or worrying about the fact that it was 1 in the morning. As for why I chose Fiverr, I kind of talked about it, how I didn't really, it's not that I didn't want to work with like in-person local musicians. For starters, I didn't think I'd be super fun to work with, and also I couldn't really find any. Granted, I didn't look super hard, but yeah, I ended up going with Fiverr. This was actually my first Fiverr order for anything, but I think it worked out well. Yeah. I did say in a clip that is now gone that I had one more thing that I needed to do before I stopped recording. I can't tell you what it is because it's to do with my secret project. I did however want it like on camera. Alright, so today on the 11th of July at 4:23 p.m. I have made the first step to do my secret project. Hey guys, so I am going to the studio again today. I didn't film the first time I went because I wasn't sure I was going to be making this vlog. We are just doing a little bit of tweaking of the song today, just fixing it up a little. But by the end of the day today, which is the 31st of July, Legacy or Clint song should be finished. When I need you, I just sing and you're there. You said my voice was your favorite thing. Left being trapped in a maze. I wish we could go back to our strawberry patch days. The song was very hard to write, but I cracked it in the night. And my only thoughts were of you. From watching movies on rainy days to running the maze, to fishing till Fridays. I miss living like we do. Hi, I'm Maddie, and I film in my car sometimes, despite the fact that I'm going nowhere. So finding a recording studio in my town was actually pretty easy, due to the fact that there's not many. There are like 4 or 5 public ones, I think, and then the rest are just like privately owned, not even studios, just people who have recording equipment. So I went to a place called Newsong Studios, which is run by a man named Aaron Cash. He has been in the business for years. He's worked with a lot of local talent. He was really helpful. He was super understanding of my vocal issues. He was really patient. He definitely knew what he was doing when it came to mixing my voice. There were some times when, because I'm unexperienced in the field of making music, where what I was singing didn't quite match the instrumental track. So I'd be singing a note that was like up here, but the underlying track would have a note that's like here. And so he'd find a way that would I could sing it, where it didn't sound too different to what I'd been singing the whole time, but actually worked well without clashing with the instrumental track. I picked Newsong because, once again, I'm not good at talking to people. And they had a Facebook page that I could message. So I would start recording pretty much straight away when I got the instrumental tracks. I would get the track, then I'd set up a time to record, then I'd go in, and that would be my whole day. I would go in, record the song, that would take up like maybe the first half hour or so, and then for the next like 3 hours would be the mixing part. I'm not super sure what to tell you about the mixing because I didn't really know what he was doing. He would tell me, but I'm only a singer at this current stage in my life. I play a little bit of piano, but I'm mostly just a singer. So I didn't completely understand everything he was telling me. I think all the songs turned out really good, but I am biased. There were a couple of instances where I was a little concerned with maybe sounding like a little too auto-tuned or whatever, because I'm not gonna lie, there was some auto-tuning. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. No one's perfect. The songs that are mostly not auto-tuned are Happy Endings, Dying Slowly maybe? I can't quite remember, but it's Happy Endings has like little to no auto-tune. I think maybe Voiceless doesn't have that much. I'm not sure. But the songs that do have it, it's mostly unnoticeable. And the times where I did think it was a little noticeable, I played it for other people, and 9 out of 10 people did not notice it. I was the 10th person that did, and that's probably just because I'm used to hearing what my voice sounds like, so for it to sound even slightly different, I pick up on that. But yeah, recording was actually really fun. I went in and the first thing I did was put on the headphones and have one off, because that's how I do my covers. And Aaron said something along the lines of like, are you sure you've never recorded before? Because, you know, that's usually the first thing I tell people, is only have one headphone in so that you can hear yourself. I'm like, no, I just do covers on my bathroom floor. And yeah, he really liked all of the songs. He kind of got to learn my life story along the way. It was like a recording my songs / second therapy session of the week. Just because when you have songs that are so personal like this, it's kind of hard for the people who work on them to not get so involved in the story of it. Yeah, so I recorded one song a week for 4 weeks. Obviously, Legacy was recorded like 3 weeks before I did the others. How it would work was we'd do all the mixing and then I would take it away, listen to it for like a week, and then come back, and before we get started on the next song, he'd tweak anything that needed slight adjusting. Again, songs like Happy Endings didn't need that much. Voiceless didn't need anything because I made sure of that. I stayed longer than usual to make sure that that was done so that I could get it up in time. Legacy was, again, I wanted that to be perfect, so we did a bit of work on that one. Fame and Feminism had the most work, but only because I rewrote it after I'd already recorded it once. But yeah, the whole recording process was super fun, super easy, and while I didn't understand all of the mixing stuff, it was cool hearing it come together in the end. Yeah. When I left, my mind was on the brink. It was so easy to think that there were no more happy endings, no more dreams come true. You no longer love me, but I will always love you. But now I've got to move on. I've got nothing left to lose. I said apologies too long overdue. I like the My mind is on the brink part, but can we go from after that? But I'm a happy ending. I'm my own damn queen. I've got the carriage, I'll get the castle, I'll get the say. But I don't need no man or woman to love me. I'll build a life of my own, yeah, that's how it's gonna be. I want my happy ending. Oh, so I got my happy ending. Hey, I want my happy ending. And my happy ending is mine. I don't know. I'm my happy ending. It's the same thing. Oh, my happy ending. And I found out within me. Yeah, we could try that. And I found out within me. I'm my own happy ending. I'm my own goddamn queen. I'm my own happy ending. Don't need you for anything. Okay, so when it came to actually releasing my songs, I had actually been researching ways to do it for a few months before I even decided to make music, and I ended up going with a company called Emu Bands, which helps you release music for pretty cheap. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm not trying to make this vlog into an ad, but it is really good. It has a lot of different platforms that it's partnered with so that you can release it on several things. The customer service is excellent. When you first start releasing music, you're given a case manager and they go over your releases with you just to make sure everything's okay. And then of course when I messed up and released the instrumental for Fame and Feminism rather than the actual song, it was really easy to get it switched over. It only cost like a super small like editing fee or whatever it was called, and that was done like within a matter of hours. Not on Spotify, but that's more Spotify rather than Emu Bands. On all of the other streaming services that my songs are on, which is Apple, Amazon and Google Play, they switched over super quickly. And so yeah, I've just found that it's super easy to use and super cheap, and now all of my music is readily available. Okay, so we are 5 minutes away. Holy shit, this is it. Okay, so final thoughts about making Legacy. Would I do it again? Yeah. I found the whole process, not including writing, to be pretty easy actually. I thought it would be hard given I live in a tiny town, but it really wasn't. Turns out tiny towns have a lot more resources than you think. I have been waiting until after the surgery to see if I can, even sing again. But it's been several months and I still haven't heard when the surgery will be. So, I don't know. I might fuck around and make some more music. Maybe. Probably not, because it was really expensive. But, I am writing and we will see what happens. I will be talking a little bit about like the cost of everything in my other vlog, which will be on my main channel. But I do want to say a quick thank you to everyone who helped me make it. My mum, who when I told her about it was like, yeah, sounds like a good idea. My friends Rayh and Kirsty, who were on the receiving end of a lot of the demos of the songs and my panicked ranting. To Aaron Cash at Newsong Studios, who helped me record and mix. To Rayh Jones, who his channel will be down below, who made all of the instrumentals. I don't know how good everyone else thinks Legacy is, and I don't particularly care, because at the end of the day I made this for me so that I would have something to leave behind in the world. I'm proud of what I achieved. I felt a lot of emotions. It took a lot of time. I talked about some stuff that I don't really talk about in real life. And in real life, what? I talk about the stuff that I don't really talk about out here. And it did take a lot out of me, but I feel like I gained a lot as well. And yeah, I definitely will be doing it again, assuming I can still sing later down the line. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting Legacy and supporting me. I guess we just wait and see what happens next. Bye.